All right, I'm going to take you back in time. It is 1976, June. Jewish kid in a Catholic school. I'm going to be the first one to graduate from my family at this Catholic school, Patterson Catholic High School. And my dad worked in the Bronx for Jerome Volkswagen, and he got me a used car, a 1968 Mercury Montego. And if people remember what those looked like, it was a cool car in its day. It had a 302 engine. It was a two-door. It was all white with some pinstripes, black Landau. I was going to drive my friend Lou up to Lake Opakon in the New York-New Jersey border. If anybody grew up in that area, they know this lake spans both sides. One side's New Jersey, one side's New York. And on any given Sunday, my uncle lived right on the border between both of them. There used to be something called blue laws. Do you remember those? Yeah. You couldn't sell beer before 12 o'clock when church came out, all that kind of stuff. All right. So I was going to go up there on, I think it was a Saturday morning. And I picked up Lou. It was 5 o'clock in the morning, said goodbye to my mom and dad, said, I'll see you tonight when I get back home. So that particular day, I had to be careful. It's early in the morning, not used to driving either early or late. I'm basically a new driver. Go pick up Lou, pick him up. I get back onto the freeway, says Route 80, downtown Patterson exit, and whoop, something happened. Felt really strange. I looked down at my hands, and I noticed I was looking through it. My last words to myself were, if this is death, then there's nothing to fear. And the next thing I know, I was out of my body. The police report would indicate that I would drive 23 miles, of which I have no recollection of, even to this day. I don't know what happened. It was said we were hit from the side. I spun the car, and we went over an embankment and down. But what saved us from being completely killed was my friend Lou, who woke up just as we were hit. As the car spun, my face and my head and neck hit the window, the door frame, which was made out of steel, and the only momentary thing I heard was crunch, and I found myself underneath the dashboard, curled up in like a little ball. The door opened up, and a police officer, and all I heard were, he's DOA. And I left. I go to what we call heaven. And there's my grandfather. So I know that's my grandfather because he had died 2 years before my birth, and I'm named for him. And in Judaism, the Sephardic Judaism, you're not named for anyone living. You're only named for someone who's died. He died in 56. I was born in 58. And my grandfather meets me, only what I'm seeing is him with no feet, no legs. All I'm seeing this floating diaphanous structure, my grandfather's face, and he said, you don't belong here. You haven't fulfilled your purpose and missions in life. You have to go back. Okay. But before you go back, I have someone for you to meet. And he takes me into this room where there's 3 beings. And this being that stood in front of me but was turned around had wavy hair, dark brown, wavy hair, about an inch less, or an inch, yeah, he was an inch shorter than me. He turned around and I said, just like this, are you the being everybody calls Jesus? And he smiled, and I immediately knew that was him. And he said, I am called by many names, but because of my heritage, I will call you the Little Prince of Peace, and you can call me Big Brother. If you need me, simply call out, and I will be there for you. And I've called out twice, and he's shown up when there's been a lot of issues. Because after a near-death experience, especially head trauma, a lot of stuff goes on, and a lot of emotional things come up. The being behind him was Michael the Archangel, and you couldn't miss him. He was enormous. And next to him was another angel, and he said, you will figure out who I am sometime in the future, and you will learn a simple technique to heal yourself and share that with other people. That was my prime directive. Then Jesus said to me, I'm sorry, you can't stay here anymore. You must go back. You must fulfill your purpose and missions in life. And I took my right hand and fist, and I hit my left palm, and as I did that, I got pulled back into my body. They put me under anesthesia, and the moment they overdosed me, with fentanyl and a medication similar to the one that killed Michael Jackson, I came out of my body. I floated above my body, and I saw an angel next to me, and I said, really hurting. This body's a mess. Can I go home now? Meaning heaven. And the angel looked at me and said, no, you still haven't fulfilled your purpose and missions in life. I said, would you kindly remind me, what is my mission and purpose in life? And they said, you will learn a simple technique to heal yourself and share that with other people. Everybody asks me, why am I here? What's my mission and purpose in life? And I would say, don't you know? Of course, I don't know. I'm asking you. It's really simple. So for everybody in here, you have multiple purposes and missions in life. But the main ones are, this is a world of dichotomy between good and evil. Evil runs the show. No doubts about it. Evil runs the show and has been running it for eons. Your real reason is to master this reality, endure, persevere, and overcome. I'm going to say it one more time. In a world of a dichotomy between good and evil, your reason for being, everybody on this planet, is to master this reality, endure, persevere, and overcome. Well, what does that mean? That means whatever, shit is thrown at you, you must learn to deal with it.